Flores. We'll see how that comes here. We are on Demon Island. Hyper coming in with a character. Like I talked about, we don't see Wu Shang very much. Here's a character we see almost never with the Cassidy. Oh, yo, he's dead? What? He's dead? What's going on?
You're right about never seeing him, Sparky. that stock was gone, and that was awesome to see Yukki do with the guitars, because that's like the first players that I really saw using it to great effect. Wrenched in North America, right? Being able to hit with the guitars and then do the chase dodge, downwards chain dodge. As long as you're grounded, you can chain one chase dodge to another, straight down, follow him off the stage, caught him off guard. It was just 2 nairs away from Hyper not even knowing that he had 3 stocks to begin with, and now he's down a whole stock. As the game, I feel like, just started, but the numbers don't agree.
I'm just waiting. I'm waiting. The guitars are back on. Where's the next one? Hyper's got some other plans, though. The tongue with the lash, not yet enough.
Is Hyper an Azoth player? Like, he's playing Cassidy like he's playing Azoth right now. It is almost primarily signatures coming out. This time, exclusively on the hammer, really, so far. Haven't seen too much from the blasters. When we saw some blasters previously when Hyper spawned back in, didn't really get anything from them. He's throwing out a lot of like zoning attacks, but none of them made contact. That's still what we're seeing here. Yukki is making punishments and getting damage for it. Now the hammer, you got to worry about everything. Got to worry about the tongue, got to worry about the side sig.
Yeah, we haven't seen too many stomps from Hyper just yet, and he almost dodged the neutral light, but Yukki, despite the huge lead, like 12-second stock, Hyper has been clawed his way back into this, and there hits. He's perfect place for the weapon storm. Uh-oh, another down air. Oh, he side airs him instead! Oh, the down sig. I wonder if ground pound would have worked there. I feel like down sig was, he was going for the dodge up or jump up read, but I don't even remember how many jump resources Yukki had. It had to have been low, because that side air caught Yukki off guard for sure. But still, stock goes over to Yukki. Okay.
Hyper's seed 9 going into this one. A strong player, but Yukki is absolutely clowning on him.
Yeah, he was bringing it back in the second stock, but after that, Tornado, that was just about it for him, right? He's getting hit by a ton of attacks. Yukki dash trips to the second blast. Yeah, side sig will still shoot twice, even if it misses. Okay.
Oh, goes for the down signature again. Yukki gets by it once more, and now has Hyper in a strict edge guard. That's got to be it.
That was a nice side air. Oh, wow. Hyper really holding on to his resources. I can't believe he was able to drift back. Recovery hits. Yukki tosses the weapon up. It's going to take... Would sword delight recovery do it? I think it does.
I don't think so. I disagree with you here, Tazza.
Oh, okay. What about now?
I would disagree with you, Tazza.
Still? Fine. We'll see.
Oh my gosh.
Maybe we'll never see. Maybe
I really
Hyper
hope.
takes
the next
Yukki
weapon
off the side
sword.
of the
We're going to
stage.
find out.
Oh, that's true. I mean, who doesn't knock out with recovery here? Right? Okay.
All right, so what's the bet? Is downlight recovery from Yukki enough?
Uh-oh.
Oh, no, we might not actually get to find out.
Okay.
Oh, it would have! Oh, no!
I mean, it would have when I said it, Sparky. I don't know why you were acting. He got hit by like 5 things since I said it.
Bro, it's the Demon Island. You know how that works. It's always like, okay, how many more sword recoveries? The answer is never an integer. It's always one more.
Well, and that time it worked out.
That first stock. Just getting that replay up on the screen again. Absolutely brutal.
Nobody does that. Like, literally nobody does that. That's why it's so rare. I was just talking over it. They were totally in like white or yellow. You never see someone take a stock that early, and then all of a sudden it just happened.
A little surprised to see Hyper swapping to the Barasa. I don't feel like the Glowbox was the reason why he lost that first stock, but he is getting off the hammer over to the axe to be able to fight against Yukki and have, I guess, slightly more consistent signatures. I mean, you don't have anything as wild as hammer down signature on Barasa, but Yukki just doesn't seem to care. I mean, they almost got that early 15-second stock again, but that time off the top, and Hyper stabilizing on the ground with the blaster side lights is trying to attack on some more damages.
Whoa.
Okay, that could be it.
Sniped? But did we get enough of a touch? Yes, Yukki still back in it. Such a volatile matchup. Guitars versus blasters, just one very close range, one very long range.
And that's why that first stock that Yukki got last game is so insane. Hyper just hit a ground pound when Yukki was in orange, and then hit an unarmed ground pound when Yukki was in orange. Still not enough to take out. That's why that first stock is so unreal.
Oh, Axe recovery to position. Axe ground pound the way back down, catching Yukki off guard. Maybe expecting Hyper to jump or dodge after the recovery, but no, Hyper just turns right back around, spikes Yukki out of existence, takes the stock lead, sidelight, nair, punishes that unarmed ground pound. If you're going for unarmed ground pound, fresh stock, I gotta say, your opponent's gonna be getting in your head a little bit. It's so difficult for that to ever work. Okay, Hyper, what are you doing?
Yep. Yep. Just paste him. Just watch him as he falls, just out of range. He's gonna try and reach for you, but he just can't. Slap him.
Classic. Charged, fully quote-unquote charged Axe ground pounds. Didn't work out. Yukki, great punish with the side air, evens up the stock. But they are down in damage, and Hyper's been doing a great job on Miami Dome, taking control of center stage, and the platforms haven't been working to Yuki's favor ever since the beginning of this game.
The Blasters are doing a much better job zoning this game, and the Axe especially is kind of the star of the show so far. He's been getting damage with the Blasters, but it's been like one hit here and there. Completely different story when Hyper has the Axe in hand. The string potential is so much better. It's still going right there. 2 hits on Axe, picks up another Axe off of the weapon toss.
Ooh. Back to center recovery hits, but Hyper's just he's looking for nairs. Neutralites, and then if he's at the right distance, a dash forward sidelight. Oh, ground pound. That time, not holding it long enough for Yukki to react. Just hits him with it. Oh, that's the easiest punish ever. Didn't get anything off the sidelight, but...
Yeah, a little poke just to remind him that he's there. And that, you know, time is running short. Yukki entering the red now on final stock.
Yukki all of a sudden just playing really scared. That's a nice punish there. Hyper got a little bit too greedy with that side signature, throwing it over the corner. Still does have the Axe in hand. Full stock up. Yukki wants to get greedy this time. Hyper is there to punish it. Fantastic weapon toss to end that stock, and a completely different game. Hyper, I mean, my goodness.
It's cool that you can slide charge pivot to Surrey side stick from Miami Dome. And I guarantee you, I would have fallen for it in a doubles matchup. But in singles, a little bit easier to react to that, hit him with the sider afterwards. Not to mention that Hyper was so far away that he could pick his poison in terms of what he wanted to do with that. Run away with it, attack with the side air, watch it, taunt, and then punish. He may have had enough time, honestly. Just a completely different game. Game 2, really explosive start from Yukki in Game 1. Switched over to the Brawlhalla, and it was like they just could not get in, which is surprising to me because I feel like Qatar's when they get in on Blasters, can have a very good matchup, assuming that they're playing around the dead zone that Blasters naturally have. But even then, when it happens, Hyper did wake up Neutralites. We saw that a few times, and it would interrupt the pressure, and then he'd go back to being in control. Really great game, TWK, from Hyper in Game 2.
Hyper was really good at interrupting those strings, and then you see his own damage per engagement so high. That's because, you know, he was using the Axe. That's a ton of damage per hit, but also so much more defense available. Barasa is a very tanky legend, and having the map swap with the legend swap and the winner swap, everything was coming up Hyper. So what does that say for game number 3?
Well, how about Sparky talk about the legends on the screen, because this is awesome.
We have a Vector. We've seen some Vector play just all of a sudden come out of the woodwork lately. I'm looking specifically at Amaze that we've seen recently. We'll see what Yukki has with this. I mean, I'm always a doubter whenever a Vector is on screen, because until just recently, it's never been effective.
I feel like you were the doubter when Olgrim was on screen, back when he was considered the...
Yeah, because he was a not good legend.
I remember this. No, you were the one saying that. It all
he was
comes
a bad
full
legend.
Circle. You're going to be the reason why Vector's going to be the most picked legend. Yeah,
no, these dodge reads are going to be the reason why Vector gets knocked out here.
That's true. That's true.
Jeez, Hyper with the Blaster signature into the Axe signature. He's continuing all this momentum from game number 2.
Ooh, yeah, and Yukki hasn't found any momentum on the Vector so far in game number 3. Okay, Greater Cancel neutral signature to reposition, maybe to punish. Okay, several recoveries. A barrage of them, and one of them hits. Down air. Doesn't get... Okay, that ground pound probably... I wonder if that was ground...
Oh, no.
Hyper is just destroying it. What is this movement?
What are you... All right, you were getting a little wild there, Yukki. I don't know what you were scheming for there, but different plan.
I didn't even know Lance could move like that. I'm going to be honest. That was really nerve-wracking. Wow.
I'm trying to look for stats on this Vector. Let's see. Level 29 on the
Oh, no. All right. Okay. If that actually was the end of it there, just clip it. Clip it, send it out. Everybody put a frame on it.
Yeah, the Vector is Yuki's highest leveled Lance Legend at a level 29.
Oh, hey.
I mean, he's doing some cool stuff. That was a down sig opportunity for sure.
Yo!
Oh, he did it! He got
Okay.
it with the neutral signature, carried him right off the left side of the stage.
That was slick.
Vector signatures are wild. He tried to get it with the slide charge down sig earlier and almost lost his stock from him, but now Yukki has brought it back. Has the bow, waiting, biding his time, looking for the right moment to strike. Ouch.
Hyper invited him back onto stage. You saw him just kind of retreat to
Oh
that
no!
back platform.
What was that punish?
That was
sorry,
a very weak punish. But you see the way Hyper is playing now. He's trying to just normalize the game. Because everything that Yukki was doing that was successful was in a very chaotic game, in that weird stuff on the side. Once it normalized again, Hyper comes out on top. He's able to control space so much better, something that Barraza does very well with the blasters and the axe. Hyper coming out on top.
Oh, yeah, there's that neutral sig that TVK was talking about at the beginning of the game. We're seeing all of the... Like, that was a 5-second string of him not actually using a jump. Like, that was all Lance moves the entire time. And, well, you know what? Hyper knew exactly what to do. Ground pound, that was it. Yukki switching again. Vector's not the answer. He agrees with Sparky. It's the Asuri for game number 4. As game number 1 was amazing for Yukki, all singing his praises. Hyper switches over the Barraza. Yuki's been lost ever since. Sparky, how do you feel like this game is going to go? Because, I mean, if Yukki loses this, Hyper is in top 3 to go against Kyle Bolina.
I think Yukki is still going to be at a loss here unless this Asuri. Now, it is a higher level. Obviously, you see the black color scheme coming out. The level is 41, but I think Hyper is still going to control it. I don't think there's anything special character-wise that Yukki can necessarily do to get in on Hyper. He's playing so much more confident. Maybe the Katars are the answer. Maybe the Katar Sword are the answer, but I think Hyper is going to control this like he's continued to.
Oh, that down air was so good. Oh! Offstage blasters, ground pound, cider to stop it from touching. That's it! Hyper offstage on Crystal Temple. Looking amazing and such a crazy difference from the first stock on the first game to now.
It's really just the accuracy that Hyper has with those blasters around the edge. Whether he's dashing off into a reverse side air to bounce you off the wall, or he's sniping you around the corner with a dash, jump, fast fall, down air. Like, he just always seems to find those marks. Even if it takes him a little bit on stage, off stage, it's a whole other game.
Hyper just needed the warm-up time. Because if you, man, those Cassidy blasters in game 1, they were looking like a yikes for me, dog. But then now, they're looking so much better. Yuki trying to go in for the big play, gets hit, almost gets hit by the weapon toss, didn't need the weapon toss, and Yuki's done. Once Hyper got the warm-up time, he is on and popping.
3 stocks to 1? Yeah, that's an understatement.
Oh, he still got hit by the weapon throw. He jumped out of the way and just fell into it. Yukki really getting destroyed. Hyper on the Barraza, looking like a completely different player. And Yukki is trying to take a stock. I'm not even sure. I'm not even sure if Guitar Recovery does it here. Now it might. Okay.
An on-stage ground pound ain't going to do it. I'll tell you that much.
Oh. Well, now a lot will. Uh-oh. Oh, I think he
slap
meant
off
down
the
air.
wall. Sure, yeah. There's the stock, but Yukki needs a crazy highlight like at the beginning of this set to have a hope and a chance here.
Ooh, unarmed haymaker hitting, not great. Slide charge neutral signature. Do it for me, Hyper. Come on, come on. Yeah! Oh, it didn't work though, but he's gonna do it again. Oh, dang it. Okay, that might not be good. I may have baited him into throwing the entire game. Yukki, oh, lots of unarmed attacks coming out here. Hyper goes to the gravity cancel down sig. That one almost connects. Hyper hits the down air. Side sig's not going to hit. Okay, all right, Hyper, calm down. I'm sorry. Just play normal.
Yukki doing a good job fighting back into this. You still see the spirit coming out from Yukki with some really solid punishments, but it's not enough. Hyper is yet again going to take out with the down signature, sending straight off the top, and that is going to be a 3-1 going the way of Hyper. Incredible work there. He's going to be moving on to face Kyle Bolina in the losers finals, and Yukki is going to actually match the seed. 4th seed getting 4th place.
Wow, accurate prediction.
Yeah,
You know,
yeah, pretty.
I don't think we can all say that.
When seeds do their job.
Hey, if Flores comes out on
pretty
top, I called it. That's all that matters. If he gets 3rd, I called it, which he actually can't get 3rd. But if he comes out on top, I called it. Still a dub for me.
Wonder if, well, I can't wonder anymore.